Hi, this is Angel Jones. I love great conversations where life's journey is communicated not only through words, but tones and emotions. Explosive expressions that allow you to feel what they felt and learned. A fool learns only from his own mistake, while the wise learn from their own and from those others have made. Thanks for being here with us. Good morning, Mark LePage. How are you going on this wonderful, beautiful morning?
Oh, I'm doing very well, Angelo. It's great to have you be in my ears right now.
Hey, the same here, man. You sound amazing. I was telling you that before. Your voice is like, hey, if I didn't read your bio, you could tell me you were a voiceover artist. I say, yeah, tell me where do I click buy?
Maybe I should start a new business. That would be great.
Hey, you could add it on, I'm sure the business you're doing is good. You could add on the business, but hey, I mean, you're doing Entre Architect, right?
Correct. Yep. EntreArchitect.
How would we combine Entre Architect? Hey, you could do like voiceovers while people are seeing their 3D plans, right?
That's right. Sounds good.
Oh, this is amazing. So Mark, tell me, which of your talents is responsible for us meeting?
I would say it's probably EntreArchitect.
Okay.
It's a platform for architects to build better businesses.
Interesting. Who did you learn the skill that was necessary to build something like this?
Well, it was something that I had to teach myself. I think a lot of small firm architects are struggling with business. We're not really taught business in architecture school. We're taught about design and how to design great buildings, but we're not really taught how to run businesses. And so many architects are sole practitioners and small firm owners, and they've never really learned how to run businesses. And I was one of them. And so I taught myself, and now I'm teaching others.
Again, one of the things I've identified consistently on these conversations is that particular champion at heart, and I'll explain it. You had a struggle, you identified it as a struggle, you did what was necessary to get to the success point of climbing over that obstacle, but you didn't keep running. You turned around and said, okay, let me see who else is struggling with this and let me help them. And for me, that right there, that person is a champion at heart.
Well, thank you. Yeah, that's exactly what I've done. So I appreciate that compliment.
You're welcome. And I'm sure the people that are able to come up to Entre Architect, because you're right, I've seen many architects that have struggled, even in my country, they've struggled with the business aspect of it. They're helping so many people. Yeah, I'll draw your plan for you, but it goes so much further. So why will you continue though?
Oh, I'll never give up. It's my mission. It's my purpose now. I'm still a residential architect. I practice every day, but EntreArchitect and helping other architects has become my purpose. And so I'll keep going, and we'll grow this thing until it's changed the profession for small firms.
Love it. Tell me, Mark, one thing you've done consistently over the past 3 years.
There are many things I've done consistently. In order to build this platform, I've been very consistent. In 2012, I turned it from a personal blog that I started in 2007. In 2012, on December 12th, 2012, I called it my 12-12-12 project.
Love it.
And I relaunched my personal blog into this platform for the rest of the profession. And I launched the EntreArchitect Podcast. And I've done the EntreArchitect Podcast since December 12th, 2012 was my launch. And I've done it consistently for every week since then.
Wow. It's amazing what one seed could do, right? Planting one seed. It's look at what it has expanded into, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I call, and I've heard other people call it too, but I call them small victories. Just do one thing at a time. Just try to get to that next step, and then take that next step after that, and eventually you're going to get to where you want to be.
How does it make you feel?
No, it makes me feel great. It really makes me feel great. It like I said, it's really become my passion, and so when I get emails from architects that I've helped change their lives by helping them understand how businesses work, it's so gratifying.
Why would you suggest someone do exactly what you've done, specifically to what you said, which is take small steps, small victories?
Yeah, that's really the only way. It's really the only way to get to anywhere you want to go. For years, and like many architects, I was a dreamer. I'm still a dreamer. I love to dream. I love to think about those big possibilities. But for so many years, I sort of just dreamed and never really took action to make anything happen. And so when I discovered that, the only way to fulfill those dreams is to start working, is to start hustling and do something. And sometimes that gets overwhelming when you think about trying to accomplish some of these big dreams. And really the only way to do it is to write up a plan, put together some action steps, and then just take one step at a time and just accomplish one step at a time.
Yeah. And I'd just be prepared to, give up on some parts of it, evolve some, reassess, and then go again. So important, yeah.
Also, another thing that's really important is understanding that in order to achieve one thing, you may have to sacrifice other things. You can't do it all. So many of us try to succeed at extremely high levels in so many different areas, and we never really achieve very high levels in any of them because we're not focused on one thing. And so to really pick that one thing that really gets you excited and focus on that one thing, that's the way you're going to get there.
Yeah, I appreciate you saying that. Setting out at the beginning of this year, I stepped away from my job for 1 year, no pay leave, to transition really into business full time. And the one thing that really got me kicking, so I was doing financial coaching before, but as we just drilled into, as I had space to drill into who is Angel, guess what? Podcasting, having these conversations is what I fell in love with. And I pushed everything aside. There are other things we do, especially with my wife's brand and what she does as an author, but I pushed everything aside and locked in for a 12-week. We're talking about 12 so much, right?
Right.
But just locked into, all right, this is going to be that 12-week plan, that 90-day plan, and it's really the key to the secret ingredient, if you may, to the pasta. It's really amazing.
It's so exciting to see what you're doing.
Yeah.
To set that goal and to focus on it. And I think it's so inspiring, and which I think has brought so many people to you.
Yes.
That when you read what you're trying to accomplish, people want to help you get there.
Yes.
And so, if you didn't have that goal and you didn't let that goal be known, you'd just be another podcaster who wants another interview. And I pass up interviews all the time.
Yeah.
But when I saw your email and what you're trying to accomplish, I didn't even hesitate.
Yeah, it's really amazing. Even like what you're doing too. If we just, push back on what you're doing, you went in with purpose. You're not doing it from a point of, hey, this is a good lead magnet and I will be able to monetize it. You did it from a path where you're saying, hey, I found my purpose. And I honestly believe I've found my purpose in having these conversations. And trust me, when we start to connect people that we believe are similar, it's going to be even bigger.
Right.
Because that is the opportunity we have to now create the community, grow the communities. I'm really excited for that as well.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Yeah, it is. So let's switch gears for a bit now. Let me invite you into my time machine that is surrounded with beautiful, warm, blue Caribbean water.
Oh, that sounds nice.
What is your earliest childhood memory?
I have so many, but I would say that the one that I'll share is my dad had speedboats when I was growing up. He's an auto mechanic, and he was always into fast cars and fast snowmobiles and boats. And so every weekend as a child, we would go for rides in the boat. And I would say that's probably one of my earliest childhood memories is being in the back of my father's speedboat and going super fast, faster than we probably should have been going, and just loving it. And to this day, that feeling and that sound of a roaring engine across the water is something that really, really brings me right back to those moments.
How old do you think you were?
I don't know, probably 5 or 6 would be my guess.
Okay. Why do you think this memory is so clear?
It's all about family. For me, my whole life is about my family, my immediate family with my kids and my wife, but following the path that my parents set before me is really, the family is the most important thing. And so those moments that I've had with my parents, having the opportunity to be in those places and those opportunities to be with one another, certainly brings those memories right to me.
Just thinking about that thought picture, it's like fulfillment of dreams. It's like that moment, you're sitting, you're bouncing on the water as you're speeding through, breeze blowing through your hair, or according to your picture, your skull.
Well, I had hair back then.
Okay, right.
I had lots of hair back then. Actually, I had very long blonde hair as a child. So.
There we go, and it's really an opportunity of freedom. Today when we were carrying my sons to school, well, my son, one didn't go. This guy passed by, he popped the motorcycle, right? So he's wheeling by.
Yeah.
And my wife said, why is he doing that? I said, adrenaline rush. That's right. So I love that. If we fast forward to when you were 12, what was your favorite song?
I was thinking about that, and I had to do some math and realized that when I was 12, it was 1982, and so I was a big fan of Van Halen back then, and I still a fan of Van Halen, and so I would say anything from Van Halen, but I was looking through some of the archives of the Van Halen songs, and in 1982. When I was 12, it was probably Unchained. It was probably a Fair Warning album. So I think Eddie Van Halen and his guitar is what I remember.
Love it. I'll definitely check out that. Get that in here one time. Alright, so we've arrived at our destination, but before we get off of this time machine, there's a small declaration form. Yes or no. Mark, have you chosen someone to pass on your skills to?
Yes.
Are you married?
Yes.
Do you have children?
Yes.
How many?
I have 3.
Ooh, boys and girls?
I have 2 older boys and a little girl.
Okay. Do you believe in God?
I do.
Do you have an inner circle of friends?
I do.
Do you watch TV for more than 3 hours a day?
No.
How about 3 hours a week?
Yeah, I would say 3 hours a week.
How about screen time, the computer and the phone?
Constant.
Yeah.
My whole world now revolves around my screens.
Hey, Mark, this was a great pleasure. Thank you for being here. Thank you for taking the time. Is there anything you'd like to share in closing?
One thing that I wrap up all of my podcasts with are 3 words. I say, love, learn, and share. And the idea behind that is and I believe that's the answer. Everybody's looking for the answer for happiness or for success or through, in the United States, we're going through some political issues right now. And I think that if people just started loving one another and I don't mean that in like the fluffy kind of love.
Yeah.
I mean, take care of one another, treat one another with respect, that kind of love, the way Jesus talked about love one another, and then learn everything that you can, and then share it. So once you take it and you learn it and it becomes part of who you are, you become a better person, and then you can help others by doing that as well. And by doing that, you inspire others to love, learn, and share. And then the whole world becomes a better place if we just love, learn, and share.
I love it. Something just popped up in my mind, like a filled cup can help fill an empty cup. It doesn't work the other way around. That's right. Hey, love it. Mark, thank you for being on 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones.
Angela, good luck for your record. I'm honored to be with you.
Amazing audience. Before you leave, there's one person I'd like to introduce you to, Amanda Jones. She is my wife, and her passion is to educate, encourage, and empower.
Hi, I'm Amanda Jones, and I'm a registered nurse. Do you or someone you know have diabetes? According to the International Diabetes Federation, in 2015 worldwide, 415 million people were living with diabetes. Just as that figure is overwhelming, so too can the effects of diabetes be. So, to help simplify diabetes for both adult and child, I've used rhymes in my books, The ABCs of Diabetes for Children and Poems for Patients, A Focus on Diabetes. At its simplest, rhymes help us to remember. If you, a child or friend, want an easy, reader-friendly way to know about diabetes, then get a copy of these books. For more details, you can go to poemsbyaj.com. That's poemsbyaj.com.